Welcome to the online Furry Friends Rock Art Camp. If you love the great outdoors, rocks and pebbles, creating art and finding joy, you just might find this virtual day camp a perfect activity and skill development for your child. Camp starts really soon, so enroll today by pressing the button below. Now, you might be wondering, why rocks and pebbles of all things, and why mix mindfulness training with the art class? Well, I need to tell you my story in order to answer that. You've probably noticed how popular mindfulness and meditation have become as a way to manage the stress and return to a feeling of contentment and peace in a world that is increasingly chaotic. But for those of us who are involved in so much and always super busy, the idea of sitting still and thinking about nothing sounds nearly impossible. At least it did for me. Even so, I persevered and had some success with the times that I did meditate. It's just that I couldn't get myself to have a regular practice. I mean, who has time for that? But that all changed with one remarkable experience. At a critical juncture in my life, unexpectedly divorced and unsatisfied with my career, I fell into the wonderful results of meditation in a surprisingly new and unusual way, and not by sitting still. Deep in the woods of Montana, there to camp and hike alone for 2 weeks, I hoped to figure out my life. But oddly, instead of long hikes and profound insights, I kept stopping to pick up ordinary rocks and pebbles. And pretty soon, my issues didn't seem so pressing after all. The destination hikes no longer mattered. And I finally found myself in a dry riverbed immersed in collecting rock shapes and thinking about, well, nothing. I returned from that trip with a bucket full of rocks instead of the life direction I was looking for. However, joy had washed over me. At home, I poured out that ordinary bucket of rocks and mindlessly pushed them around when suddenly I noticed that they often fit together. Pictures emerged. It was kind of like, that calm feeling of laying in the summer grass, watching the clouds go by and emerge into a teddy bear or a puppy. Well, it was like that, and peace also emerged. A childlike delight and wonderment filled me up as I played with the rocks and watched them magically tell stories in all of their unassuming simplicity. My life issues remained. But they didn't plague me as before. I wasn't as concerned about stepping into the unknown. Something new inside of me was emerging. So what was it about these rocks? Well, it took me several years before I could answer that question. And then I realized that, my life had shifted from that one trip that seemed to offer no answers and no direction. Well, I had stepped into myself and started living from the truth of who I really am. Finding rocks and creating art with them is my form of meditation, a mindfulness practice that quiets the mind and opens the space for wonder and delight to flood in. So, why a rock art camp for kids? Because rocks have the power to bring them back to their true nature of wonderment and delight, feeling joy, regardless of their circumstances. In our rock art camp, yes, we will be finding rocks and making adorable pictures together, such as these cats or a family and puppies and lots of other pieces. And woven in will be the stretching and deep breathing, positive affirmations, and lessons from nature. So join us for 4 weeks online to encourage, uplift, and empower your child while we create, learn, breathe, stretch, and laugh. We are committed to helping children feel the joy of just being who they are and learning how to draw upon their own inner ocean of wisdom, love, and strength. So click the button below and join us.